What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here on the Odd Shopper channel, coming to you with another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks in the NBA playoff streets. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell goes a long way for me on this video, goes a long way for you. That way you become a prize whenever great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. We absolutely smashed 2 games ago. It was here for the game 1 with the Miles Turner in that Boston and Indy spot. That game is going on right now as I speak, so do not... bear with me here as I pull up everything here. 56-43. We're seeing Boston separate a little bit here. That feels good. Jaylen Brown having a little bit of an afternoon. How do you like them apples, he says. How do you like them apples? Looks like Mr. Miles Turner is going to be in some trouble here at the moment. I got this game recorded here, though. He's got 3 fouls, 4 turnovers. Real nice outing. 0 points coming off of it. Yeah, I'd say Boston probably made some adjustments is what it is. Kind of, it's not that I soured on the play, but we got paid off on the ladder. That was the important part of that one. I have a ladder for you today on a player that's probably a little bit unexpected. So we'll talk about that for the game 2 of my Minnesota Timberwolves taking on the Dallas Mavericks. Down 0-1. Let's try to get a W here, but won't have any crazy plays here in terms of the total spread. It's just perfectly efficient across the board. So be on the lookout for that. Maybe something pops on Odd Shopper later and we can talk about that. Speaking of Odd Shopper friends, if you sign up right now, $14.95 weekly, $49.95 monthly for the OS Premium Tools, Discord Insider Access. And if you use promo code Lindy, bang, Lindy, 20% off. Mike Breen action there. Expert picks, Discord Premium Tools, all in one package. So come hang out. It's been awesome. The water is warm. Alrighty, y'all. Without further ado, this will be another quick video. I know some of you really, really like that. Just get to the plays. All right. Yeah, we'll do that. Producer Jacob, let's get to the plays. And game number 2. Now we see Dallas minus 165, Minnesota dogs, because again, you lose one game, you lose home court advantage. See how that works? Nifty. But we're seeing 5.5. It's going up a point. I don't know what just happened to my voice. It's going up a point here to a place where you have to at least think about it, but I'm honestly not going to think about it. I don't know what to make of this spread. I don't know what to make of a lot of things that I witnessed there because Anthony Edwards didn't look completely right to me. Now, I know he had a splint or something on his hand after the game 6. I saw that. Tried not to make a big deal out of it. Didn't want to overreact to anything. And, well, we were able to make ourselves some money, honey, so it didn't really matter all that much in the early going of that. But as I continue to work through some of my minutes projections for this, Anthony Edwards still playing 40-plus minutes every single time out. It is getting very tough to say, yeah, I really like the opportunity that I have to be backing Anthony Edwards in any capacity. It's really hard to feel bullish about him and those minutes the same way that you might have coming into this original series. But Karl Anthony Towns needs to play better and wear his chain and his turtleneck sweater or something like that. I don't know. Maybe he wants to do that. But the big thing of note, Kyrie Irving went absolutely ape you-know-what on the entire universe. 30 ball for him, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, got the 3 rebounds. So felt pretty good about some of the other props, the ancillary props that existed there. Minnesota -4, the only thing that I lost on that. 3-0 for prop exposure there. Otherwise, Naz Reid got that 9.5 points. It's now moved to 10.5. And as such, we have to react to what we just saw. So I'm saving one thing that obviously happened from that game. But we jump in the lean section, friends. Derrick Jones Jr., 8.5 points. I haven't pulled the trigger yet, but he played 35 there. We saw Derek Lively ramp up to 27 minutes, 21 for Daniel Gafford. Do you think you're going to see the lion's share of the minutes go to Derek Lively here going forward? He was a plus 19 in game 1. Gafford, just not been nearly as effective, was a minus 15. So we're talking about the best plus minus from one team, the worst plus minus, and they just happen to be, on the same freaking basketball team. Yeah, we're gonna see that tide shift a little bit here. Maybe it goes to like 30-18. Maybe it gets more pronounced and we should be paying more attention to it. But I think the numbers are actually pretty efficient. Daniel Gafford, he'll still be pretty active when he's on the floor. Not quite to the Jonas Valanciunas. It's kind of similar. They're both defensively problems. Definitely defensively problems. But Derrick Jones Jr. back to it. 4 for 9 from the field there. He had 8 points. You give me 35, 36 minutes of him, though. It's hard not to like the over of 8.5 at plus 102, but it's probably going to be on the outside looking in. Now, speaking of, we've been taking a lot of Moores on points props. It's kind of been a trend for the last week. We found the right pieces. Miles Turner, we were eviscerating, in the previous series, going back to the next series with Dante DiVincenzo. That was a huge night, getting 7-1 on like 25 plus with 4+ threes. And then the numbers just got exponentially worse. This number got too hot for me. Jaden McDaniels, under 12.5 points throughout this entire season, friends. His job is to be defensively minded, and he played awesome. Knocked down every three he was looking at, but just 15.7% usage over the course of the regular season. We got that game in game 2 against Phoenix from Jaden McDaniels. This time we didn't do anything with it, which is very, very unfortunate. What an unbelievable night for him. 39 minutes, 9 for 15 from the field, 6 for 9 from 3, 24 points, was our high scorer. Yes, never great when Jaden McDaniels is probably your high scorer, if I had to guess. Probably need Ant and Cat to be that if we're going to get out of this series. Just throwing it out there. But Jaden McDaniels here now, this has gone up a point from where it was 2 points from the previous game, depending on what juice you're looking at, what book you're looking at. But under 12.5, assuming -110 or better, is definitely optimal for me. I get Dallas will probably let him be the guy who beats them, but Minnesota's going to get Cat and more involved here in this spot, and hopefully somebody I'm going to talk about here later. But Jaden McDaniels, this is definitely ominous for me, seeing 39 minutes of him there. I'm going to ramp him back down to 35, 36 minutes. I think we should try out some big rotations with Naz Reid, Rudy Gobert, and Karl-Anthony Towns. Naz Reid can guard a little bit of Luka. We saw that there in the fourth quarter. Wild little run out for my Timberwolves. It's a weird time to be alive. But under 12.5 points, that's a big number for Jaden McDaniels. Probably the biggest I've seen all season on him. Now, with that being said, friends, BetMGM, if you guys want to support the program, sign up down below. Great opportunity for you to just take a look. It's in our book, Reading Rainbow. I don't know where my head is right today, but first bet safety net. Basically, it's just if you go to the link below, sign up at BetMGM, deposit $50, $100, $200, whatever it is, whatever you play on that first bet, $50, $100, up to $1,500, friends. It comes back to you in bonus bets if it doesn't win. Yeah, you heard me. Get bonus bets back in that amount if your first bet you make at BetMGM loses. So it's only if you're 21 and over. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. But take a look at the video description box below. Great opportunity to take a big swing at a big number. To the final play here, my favorite play. And this is interesting because we saw 31 minutes for Mike Conley. We saw some rotations where Nickeil Alexander-Walker, we wanted him out there for defensive purposes. 16 minutes of him. Kyle Anderson played a little over his head, 11 points. Something else that was a little bit surprising, 17 minutes for Kyle Anderson. But all things being neutral, the only starter whose minutes really surprised me out of that entire game, it wasn't Gafford at 21, wasn't Derrick Jones Jr. at 35. We saw the other 3 Dallas starters at 40+. It was Mike Conley playing just 31 minutes, coming off of being a huge difference maker. Think about this. Misses game 5. They had nursing some injuries. Comes back for game 6 in that Denver series. Puts the gauntlet down. Runs floor general, does everything that really needs to happen on the floor to make that game 6 win a reality. And then game 7, gritty, playing great defense, awesome on both sides of the floor. We win game 7 on the road in Denver. He is a big difference maker for this team, but the thing you didn't see was him shoot the ball very well. 1 for 6 from 3, 2 for 7 from the field, but he got some really open looks. And the same way that I think that they'll overreact to, the Miles Turner thing in that Boston series and try to really target in on him. That's what we definitely saw here in this second half, that's for sure. Or in the first half, I suppose. But I think we're going to see Mike Conley be a little bit more offensively forward. And if he gets those same open shots, just take the 6 for 9 from Jaden McDaniels, transfer that over to a Mike Conley who might be getting less attention. There might be helping a little bit more on Jaden McDaniels. And obviously, they need to be keyed in on Anthony Edwards and on Karl-Anthony Towns. Rudy Gobert rolling to the basket, Daniel Gafford, Derek Lively, pretty set up there. But I think we're going to see an opportunity for Mike Conley to have a big game in game 2. And I think there's ways to make this interesting. 10+ points and then 2+ threes. You can get that for right around the even money number over on FanDuel. Now, his points prop is at 10.5, sitting most at the other spots. But I do think Mike Conley from the perimeter is somebody that I want to consider laddering. Now, I'm saying consider because I think you can wait a little bit and get 15 points, 3 threes. Dare I say 20 points and 4 or 5 threes? I'm going to be paying very close attention to FanDuel.com, where all of these best numbers currently are at. And I'm going to be reacting to, if there's a change in the weather ever so slightly, I'm going to be firing up that ladder. But for right now, 10 plus points, 2 plus threes, absolutely love it for Mike Conley here in this spot. Expect a big bounce back for him in game 2. And that does it for another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Head to the comment section below. Check out all the great stuff we have going here at Odd Shopper. Check out BetMGM down at the description box below as well. And enjoy your weekend. I'll be back on Monday. If you have any questions about games, if I'm paying attention or if I'm betting something, I can guarantee you I will answer you over on X. Hit me up at Eric Lindquist, just my name. Go ahead and wear it out. Thank you, producer Jacob. Another week in the books. Really profitable week here in the NBA streets. It's been awesome. Until next time, friends, I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the NBA streets on Friday.